is so Crafty with Ashley and Lisa.
Sorry, making me all dizzy there. There we go. Now
We have mics on today, so let us know, give us some feedback, whether we sound better or, lighting, whatever. Today is July 24th. We're in Central PA if you're watching somewhere else. Hot.
very.
It's nice.
It
nice.
is.
Summery.
It's not as bad as last week, though. Last week was borderline like miserable.
Yeah, well, last week was the Clearfield County Fair. That's kind of a, I guess a big deal in our area.
Yeah.
I was privileged enough to be able to judge the exhibits at the fair. Some of them, not all of them, because I don't know baking or canning or any of that. But I got to judge the knit, the crochet, and then there was a special apron contest. It was for the 250th celebration. They had to be red, white, and blue. Blah blah blah. Lovely entries, really, really lovely entries. I was pleased with the amount of people that did it because you never know. Judging at the fair, Ashley entered and she's going to show her.
Yes, because I didn't have much knitting time. So
yeah, she was an EMT at the fair. Yeah. So she got to spend lots of time at the fair.
Yes.
I spent no time at the fair. It's just not my jam. I went, I judged, and I got in my car and left. And that was my fair time. It's just not my thing. That's okay. It's too people-y for me.
Yeah.
And we had friends up. They went to the Zach Top concert.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying how many people got carted out of the concert.
Actually, wasn't too terrible.
You thought it was okay? They were like,
oh. I think they only had 4 or 5, and then one after the concert we did transport, I think. But yeah, the one last year, 2 years ago, I think they had like 12. Yeah.
Well, she was texting me, we're at home and they're in the stands. And I'm like, how's the concert? Are your seats okay? They took their little boy. He's 6 and he was super excited. It was his first concert. And I was like, oh, I hope it's like, you never know.
Yeah.
Like it's, you never know. And it was really warm, humid.
People started lining up at 8 a.m. for that concert.
For real.
For the track seats, yeah, because the track is now, they used to put seats out, now it's like standing room only, and yeah, it was rough. We were
like dehydrated, and
yeah, and then they also sell beer, so then that doesn't help.
Right,
so
that helped you dehydrate faster.
Yeah,
so.
But yeah, it wasn't. Overall, that one was bad. The bull hockey was interesting.
So there was a bull riding night, like it was barrel racing, it was bull riding, it was
Yeah, and then there was bull hockey, which I did not know what that was. But when the safety briefing, the guy asked us where we were landing our helicopters. I told my husband, I said, so it's not just me and my sister back here. You need to come and probably bring some friends. And we needed all of us at one point. So yeah, it was interesting. There's some videos floating around. So
yeah, if you get on like Clearfield Live
or something, I think
there's
still up there. But
so what it is, the premise is there's like 2 barrels. And then these men, they were all men. I guess women could do it too.
So no, because too many women got hurt. They used to. Apparently this circuit.
Well, isn't that sexist?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Apparently this circuit has like a big arena that they do like all winter long. They do them. So my friend and her friend race or barrel race. So they were telling us about it. And yeah, and they kind of stopped letting women after they had got hurt.
But anyhow, the premise is these men try to get the bull to go like between the barrels.
Yes, and then you get
and that's the hockey. Like the bull is the puck.
Yeah.
And apparently they win money.
Yes, at one point I heard like $100, but I'm not sure.
I heard 20, which is ludicrous.
Yeah.
But anyhow, like 3 people were pretty injured.
Yeah.
One was seriously injured, and then 2 other ones were flipped around.
I had seen like on Facebook or something, someone had posted that he was doing okay. He was pretty banged up, but he was doing not bad for as bad as we thought he was at first.
But it was kind of that was kind of the talk of the town, the bull hockey. So I don't know that it'll happen at the fair again. Yeah, who knows? But it's volunteers. Like you sign up.
Yeah, you sign a waiver. I put my kid on the back of a sheep and
mutton busting.
And he didn't love it, but it was also raining. Everyone was crying. Like all the kids at one point were crying, I think. And then when he got off, he wasn't too bad.
Well, it's like an epidemic. Once one starts to cry, then they all do. Yeah. So what are you wearing?
That's what I was trying to look. This is an A-line tank that I made a while ago, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember it, and I can't find it on my Ravelry.
Is it bamboo?
It's a bamboo cotton.
Mhm.
Oh, I have a project page for it actually. That's what I remembered. That's what I was trying to look up.
Good for you. I never do them.
It is the Mia tank. That's what it was. Yes. Yonky Monkey bamboo cotton, and it's a 1M size. Is what I did. It has some like seed stitch, and then on the bottom, and a little like
Oh
ruffle
yeah, it
on the
has like
back,
a.
kind of
I'm
like
gonna pull your rear end here.
oh
Yeah, it has like a peplum almost.
yeah.
So that's cute.
It's one of my first actual garments, and it took me like a year and a half to make because it's on
Yeah.
like fingering weight on size like 3 needles. So
Yeah.
and then
So I am wearing. I'm gonna call it the Tony top.
I was saying, is this the one that you were making last time?
Yes. So Tony from Rags and she saw this sweater, and then we started talking about what blah blah blah. So it is knit sideways on the. There is a pattern out there. We loosely followed it, but didn't completely follow it. And it is, I went down to 8. I started on 10s, didn't like the fabric I was getting. So I cast on like 80 stitches and you knit sideways. I started slipping stitches. I thought, oh, I'm going to like do the pattern. I'm going to turn around. I slipped stitches on the back. I ended up making it, you can't tell.
No.
You can't tell at all. So I just ended up, was like, okay, I'm not going to rip this whole thing out. I'll just make that my back panel.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pattern did have the eyelets. And so I did that on the front panel, but it turned out really cute.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, no sleeves, no collar, just
And it was
2
quick,
pieces.
yeah.
So I used 1 cake of this Katia and I had a nugget left. I probably could have gone a little wider. And I have plans to make another one. I was kind of like cleaning out the shop and I found this really pretty. I've had it forever. It's called Cessia Bio Onde, and I have different colors in it. So I think my next one, the original sweater was kind of color blocked. You use different colors for each panel, and I wanted to do it all in one. I didn't want all those ends. I was being super lazy, but I think this time it went so quickly.
Yeah.
It was honestly a little more than a weekend. And I had some car knitting time, so it was easy to take in the car. And I may take that on vacation with me because it's kind of a no thinking,
Yeah.
just sit and knit.
And then how did you attach?
Just sewed mattress stitched.
Okay.
Here, mattress stitched the sides. It's 2 rectangles.
Yeah.
Just 2 rectangles.
Nice.
And I was going to add sleeves and a neck, and because I had a little bit extra yarn, I had enough to do it, and I tried it on. I was like, no, I'm good. It's good. It's not too. I don't like my necks too sloppy, and this is good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice.
So that's finished. Any other FOs for you?
No.
Okay. I have one more. We've had a request for knitted knockers. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of these. It's like a implant, like for women that have had mastectomies. They can wear these, as a prosthetic, basically. There's a knitted version and a crocheted version. This is knitted out of bamboo pop, and I haven't stuffed it yet. And then on a video or something I read, I'm not sure, they say don't wind in your tail. What they want you to do is to kind of lace it around your opening, stuff it, cinch that, and like stuff your end in. But then if the stuffing gets wonky or they need more, if it kind of flattens, you can reopen that and put more in.
That's a good idea.
So yeah. So that way if you wash it and it gets, stuffed in one corner or whatever, you can put more stuffing in or rearrange it.
Almost like you're the bra inserts or like swimsuit inserts that are,
Right.
you gotta adjust them.
Yep. So yeah, that's a knitted knocker. If anyone has, there is a website for the knitted knockers, and there are a list of recommended yarns. They don't really want you using like woolly wools for sensitivity.
Typically.
Yeah.
like a cotton.
Yeah. So bamboo pop is one of the recommended yarns that I carry. And I think it's rather pretty.
Mhm.
So yeah. So that is my other FO. And that's it.
All right.
Well, show us your fair entries.
All right.
Because they're kind of FOs, but
Yes,
you know.
you've seen all of them, I think, at one point before.
I got to
And
judge.
yes, Lisa got to judge them. So
And I was not biased. Here's why.
I
Most
was
of the categories, she was either the only
yeah,
or she was going against herself.
yes.
So it's like, which of these do I like better? 1, 2.
So this was my Murphy cow. This was out of chicken knits yarn that I don't remember what
Dark hole, dark.
something.
It's
Yeah,
something. It was the
dark
contest.
sky. Yes. And it was a worsted weight, and the other skein that I have of this is going to go into our 100 subscriber giveaway.
Yay.
So
We're close.
yes. So that was my cow entry. My sweater entry was my flax worsted from Ethan, Christmas sweater from Ethan, and I think I'm gonna be able to get them out in this again for like winter time. Hopefully, I made it bigger. I think I made like the 7/8 size, but this was the knitted sweater entry.
And it's made out of.
It is 220.
Cascade
Yes,
220.
Cascade 220. So I washed it, I believe, in the washing machine. Did not dry it though, unless my husband may have.
You should be able to.
Yeah, yes.
The label says you can.
This was my hat. I borrowed this back from my father-in-law. It's his bicycle hat, and I probably should have washed it because he's definitely worn it a couple times and had some stuff. I was picking off some like leaves and stuff because he was wearing it outside. But that one was my hat entry.
And it's a first place also.
Yes. And then this was the one I was like questioning. So the categories, I don't know if they're like across the board how they work or how exactly. It was a sweater sleeveless. So I'm like, does that mean like a short sleeve? Is it a tank top? But I entered my Bay Day tank by Bria the Little Wolf Knits. And I almost wore this today, but it was in the car. So, but those were my fair entries.
I didn't enter. I was going to enter some things, but then they asked me to judge. So definitely couldn't enter.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, and it was
The
nice.
people there could not have been any nicer. They were so delightful.
And I looked through that. It felt like there were more entries this year than there had been in the past. So
I agree. Which makes me really happy. The people organizing it are trying very, very hard to make it successful. So, all right. So let's move on to whips.
I only have 2.
I have 4, I think. 3 or 4. All right. Well, let's start with the one we both have in common.
All right.
So, Tour de Fleece. I think it's over now.
I believe so. I think
I don't know.
Like 14 or 20 days, something like that.
But it's kind of a contest, and people get out their wheels, and they call it the Tour de Fleece, but it's inspired by the Tour de France.
Yes.
So you're supposed to spin like in conjunction with the tour.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's spinning and posting, and you get to see a lot of beautiful, beautiful yarns.
Yes.
So I did get some spinning done.
Yes.
So we are going to make the Traveler.
Yes.
Cowl.
Yes, the cowl.
Because I don't think I have enough.
I don't think I even have enough for the shawl. It takes quite a bit.
Yeah. So we're definitely doing the cowl. I'm not even sure I have enough. I have other hand spuns, and I have more I could spin.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a faded, muted. It was designed for hand spun yarns.
Yes. And it is Andrew Mowry,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's one of those. It's almost like the Muffleboro, where it's kind of like okay, you have this yarn, you can do this. So it's like there's multiple sizes in the pattern, is what I understand. I haven't actually bought the pattern yet. That's on my list because I may skein this up. I have some card knitting tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it goes anything from I think sport to worsted, so you can use different options.
And I would say mine is like in the DK.
I think that's probably where I am too. Like this,
that one's a little worse,
bigger, but I think when I got to the end of this, it's probably more DK, maybe even like
mine's even, I don't know, maybe fingering to DK in spots.
Yeah,
but it'll work,
Mhm.
and it's a cow.
Yeah.
Like,
So
but those are my colors. I got all of these at For the Love of Fiber in State College last January, March.
I think it's March.
March.
Yeah.
This was from Sweater Weather Fibers, and these were both from Tamarack Farms.
Now, is this the same roving?
No,
Okay.
you can see this one's
Oh, now I
kind of
do, yeah.
green. This one I plied. This one I did not ply.
Mhm.
The roving just kind of made it this way, and so I was like, "Ooh, I'll just spin it a little heavier,
Yeah.
not quite as thin, and not ply it."
And that's the one that had the silk in it, right?
Yes,
That made it a
little
tough.
tougher to spin,
Mhm.
and like you can see, like there's thicker bits, and these parts it was really kind of difficult to like draft.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of silk. It's kind of a tough fiber. So that's going to be my traveler cowl.
Mhm. And then mine.
So maybe next time we can try to have them done.
We can try.
We can try.
And mine were all. What is it? They're from Lisa's. They're
Oh, Sweet Georgia.
yes, Sweet Georgia. There were two different braids. So this like one was one braid, one was another braid, and what I had left over was this one. And I guess I did a fractal, like I did it half, and then took the second half and spun that end to end, and that's how I applied it.
Okay.
So
And if you do it that way, you have a better chance of the colors being contrasting and not meeting. Does that make sense?
yeah,
So like if you did them the same, you might have purple touching purple and orange, and you won't see the
the different
difference.
twist in it.
Yeah. So that's in our knitting plans is the traveler cow. So maybe I'll work on that as soon as I finish my next flip.
Yes.
Okay. I have two more. My Wednesday night ladies, I don't know, did I talk about this last time, the blanket?
You had just started.
Yeah, so my goal was to do one block a day. That has fallen by the wayside, but it usually does. But so we are doing this blanket. It is called Nature's Walk. We saw it online. The colors are gorgeous. So it calls for quite a few blocks, but many are the same. So I started with this purple and did, I think, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. It took 2 skeins of the Kingston tweed to do 8 blocks. So I'm going to need like 16 skeins of yarn.
Those are
Something
good
like
size
that.
blocks too.
They are.
So.
Now these have not been blocked or, anything. And then I started the next block, which are, I think this one's called Berries, I think. But that's what I've been working on. Usually when I come in the morning, I try to get one block done, but I have had other things I've been doing. So I'll get to it.
My next one is still the Lizarine. It is, I can't wait till it's in like the happy in the, knitting in the round. Last time, I don't remember if I had just pulled out or shortly after the last episode had to pull out the, doing here, this like back. I'm on the second back now. I think I have like 12 stitches or 12 rounds left for that, and then I will join them, and then I can happily knit in the round, and this will be actually enjoyable because it's like I gotta pay attention to what row I'm on. I gotta keep track. I'm doing something for 7 times, and then like 12 rows of something completely different each time. So it's just not been like an easy pick up and knit type project, but I'm really loving the colors, and it'll be a fun tank top that I'll hopefully have done before the end of summer. And the yarn is Yarn Smith's Vitamin C. I got that also at Floff.
So my next one is the Leela top. It is a tank, kind of has some purling ridges in there. This is the yarn I've been talking about for months, it feels like, that I wanted to use these yarns together. I wasn't sure what I was going to make, blah, blah, blah. So I decided on this, and I'm getting there. I joined in the round this morning. I said to Ashley, no one was home. I went out on my back patio with my coffee and a podcast, and I was like, this is like heaven. This is
Yes.
like my happy place on my back patio with my coffee, knitting in the morning. And so I am going to go till I run out of yarn. So, but I have pleasantly more than I thought I would. I thought I would be closer to the end, but I think it's going to be plenty long. So I just joined in the round this morning, have a few rows done. You can see that's what I've knit this morning. But this is also good like card knitting because now I'm just in the round. I am keeping track of rows because there'll be more of these purl bumps that get inserted every couple rows, but no big deal. So that is my next, and it will definitely be done by next podcast because I hope to wear it next week. We are going to the beach.
That'll be fun.
Yes, so I will be closed. The shop will be closed next week. I'm just gonna. We normally, Ashley and I were talking before before we went live that my family always went on vacation fair week. Well, they moved fair earlier in July, so we've kind of just kept up with going beginning of August.
Yeah.
I said, then when you get back, it's almost like, okay, when I was a teacher, it was like, okay, back to school.
Cool.
Like have to get, the house ready, the kids ready,
Yeah.
get everything done that you want to get your classroom ready, all that fun stuff. So, I have some vacation knitting plans, but
Yeah.
go ahead. You have one
All right,
more
I
whip.
have one more. So there is usually a week in July. Nitty Natty does a sock week. And the whole idea is to knit one sock in a week.
Mohair
Or
floating.
more if you can. But so this was mine. And in my group, we actually did a yarn swap.
Oh,
So this was the yarn I had. This is a yarnable colorway. And then this was what I got to go with it from my swap. Her name was Amber, and she is Amba Marie Knits on Instagram. And actually, I have some yarn she sent me in addition to this that she dyed herself, and I can't wait to make something with that. But the sock pattern is Star Island Socks. It's by Granite State Yarns. It has a folded cuff, which was the first for me, but I actually think I really like it. It was just kind of quick. And then this kind of star pattern. It's a simple 4-row repeat. You can read your knitting really well. I had just turned the heel and am working on my decreases right now. So I'm using a US 0 Goo on my red interchangeables. And it is in my little Wondering Pearl, which is also a sock week. So the theme this year is Ice Cream Sunday. So they're little
That's cute.
bouquets of ice cream sundaes.
Cute.
But that is my current, what I've been trying to work on now that I got through the heel flap, because I don't think I'm going to make it. So the goal is to make a sock in a week. I don't know that I'm going to finish the sock in a week, but I'm hoping to at least get through the decreases. And I have some car knitting tomorrow, my son's appointment. So we have some time in the car and at the appointment tomorrow.
Good. So, on vacation, I always have to take like 14 projects
Yes.
because
And you'll touch 2 of them.
maybe, I don't know. So this is the yarn I showed that I got in when we were in Montana. And this is from the shop. This is Dream in Cashmere, Smushy Cashmere. So I'm going to use these two, and I'm going to make this scarf. Lucky in Luckenbach. I'm thinking Luckenbach, Texas, like there's a song.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of a 2-row, like this is the whole pattern, it's nothing. And I'd already made the curio, which is a customer wanted me to print it, and I realized I had bought the bundle. I was like, oh, I never made that other one. And I was like, oh, that's what I'll do with my Montana yarn. So I like the contrast. I think it'll be good. This, I know it's kind of, this is like kind of mocha brown.
Some like variation to it though.
Yeah, it's a little bit tonal. And then this has browns and, oranges, greens. So I think it'll be really pretty for fall because that's where we're heading. And what else was I going to?
Yard sale.
Yes. Well, I'm going to do another sweater too. Like I said, we've already talked about that. So,
Mhm.
yes, tomorrow's the yard sale, Crafters yard sale. If you don't follow Lisa So Crafty on Facebook, please do. I'm going to be posting a live video here real soon, showing what we have. Tons of scrapbooking stuff. I have a Janome sewing machine that someone brought in.
Ton of fabric over there.
Fabric, yarn, an e-wheel. There's an e-wheel. There's a yarn winder. There are bags that someone made. A whole entire bag of needle felting stuff with books, with needles, with all the things. Like everything's there. So you could sit down and needle felt.
Nice.
More stuff coming tomorrow and even more stuff coming Saturday. So the sale is Friday, Saturday, 10 to 3, both days. And then that's it. And the deal is they get store credit. So whatever they sell, then they get store credit.
Mhm.
So,
I may go through my yarn tonight
yeah.
and drop it off in the morning.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for a great turnout. Who knows? First time I've done this. We'll see. We'll see. Don't know. The other thing we wanted to mention is the Steel Valley Yarn Crawl's coming up. It is 9 stores in Pittsburgh area. They have a Facebook page. You can see, who's participating, where to get a passport. Yeah, and then you get tickets and there's prizes and there's.
Yeah, they're really, from at least a couple of stores I went to last year. They're very generous with their tickets, and then they all have big drawings and things like that.
So I'm not going to do the yarn crawl per se. What I'm going to do is go to Tony's, Rags, my buddy, and I'll be there on Thursday, August 7th. And I'm just going to plan on knitting. She carries some of my hand spun now, and I have some things I need to pick up from her. So I thought, well, I'll just go down for the day. Some of the folks I met at the knitting retreat are going to come, and we're just going to kind of have a knit day.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So that being said, I'm not sure when we're going to podcast next because that's our normal podcast day.
Mhm.
We may try to do it that evening if Ashley's available and see what's going on. But we'll post. I'll post on my page when we're going to podcast next. The other thing I wanted to mention is Tony and I are still working on the PA Yarn Quest. It's going to be an almost year-long yarn crawl all over Pennsylvania, farms. So we made a Facebook page. Please go on the Facebook page, ask to be invited. Tony and I are admins on the page. We will, obviously let you join.
Mhm.
But then you can see what's going on. I just posted this week a list of the shops and farms that are committed to doing this. I want to say we're close to 30. Yeah, so it's fun. I'm
Yeah.
excited. There's some excitement about it. That's all. Once again, I'm closed next week, but I am getting fall yarns are starting to roll in. So that the last thing I have to share is some new stuff that is arriving. This is called Dallas. It is doesn't really say what weight, but you use a size 8 to 10 needle. So I would say, worsted to bulky. And it is a chainette.
Mhm.
It is 48% wool, 24 GRS cotton. Not sure what that means. 18 polyamide, 10% GRS polyester.
Wonder if that's like something reused or something.
No.
Like recycled.
I need to look that up. But so wool, cotton, polyamide, and polyester. But I think it's going to make a lovely sweater, hat. It's very soft.
And usually those are light enough that you can get like
Mhm.
fall. That chainette kind of gives you
Gives you a lot more air.
Mhm.
The next one I got in, and I was just really sucked in by the kind of natural tweedy look of this. I have 4 different colors I got in. It's called Linear. 191 yards to a ball. It is alpaca, wool, and acrylic. 34 alpaca, 33 wool, 33 acrylic, and 4 to 6 needles. So more of a DK weight, but I think it's going to make lovely hats. I think I might do the antler as a shop sample in this because it's a free pattern, The other one I got in is called Maman. It is bulky, 100% acrylic, great price point, $8 for 109 yards. And
It's like,
it is
yeah, it's like,
unspun, kind of.
yeah, but it doesn't give me like the like burnout blankety, like
Yeah, it's really
fluffy.
soft. It's going to be super washable. I'm thinking hats for kiddos for
Mhm.
Christmas. Well, really, hats for anyone. Quick towel. You need a quick gift. Just,
It'd probably be a good like lovey too, like the
mm-hmm.
little blankets.
Yep. And the last one I just got a little bit of this, 2 colors, but gosh, were they beautiful.
Ooh.
It's like a gradient mohair, super kid mohair and silk. And there's 375 meters on this, so probably around 400 yards. So if you have one skein of sock yarn,
Mm-hmm.
you could make a project.
Yeah, something either light or dark, and then you would get the color changes with that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one really spoke to me. So there's like peaches, and it's hard to see on camera, but it's
Purples and
that might be a better end to look at.
yeah.
You get to see more of the fade. But yeah, really pretty. So stuff is starting to crawl in for fall. I need to get samples knitted. I messaged my yarn rep. She had showed me patterns that go with the new yarns. And I'm like, hey, can you get me those patterns? I need to get knitting.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
and that is about all. I'm going to be going live here as soon as we're done and be showing the
Yeah.
yard sale. So if you're around or in the area or want to make a trip, lots of scrapbooking, lots of yarn. I'm excited.
That'd be nice. I'm gonna peruse probably before
Yeah.
I leave since I won't be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think my next knitting plans are I'm going to test a skirt. So I'm just waiting for
Test knit for the do
yes. So it's
you have the yarn picked?
I do. It's Breeze from the Little Wolf Knit. She made a dress and then she made a like the tank and skirt. So it's really just kind of like making sure the numbers work and things like that. But I'm excited. It's going to be like an A-line kind of skirt, and the colorway I picked is like blues and greens. It's from her Italy collection,
Mm-hmm.
and it like reminded her of like looking out at the ocean. So I think it'll be fun. Can wear it with like a white tank, probably. Hopefully, be
Fun.
my summer outfit. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So
All right, guys. Well, we will see you sometime in 2-ish weeks. Not sure. Like I said, I'm going to Tony's, but I could plan to be back early evening
mhm.
so that I could podcast with Ashley. So it might be the next 2 weeks, a Thursday evening, which might actually work better.
Yeah, depending on who knows. Thursdays are always like my busy day because it's my half day at work, and then we always have everything on.
You plan everything
Plan
on
everything that
Thursdays.
day. So
Yeah.
but
So yeah, that's why we podcast, because Ashley's done noonish on Thursdays. So okay.
all right. Well, happy crafting.
Happy
And we'll see you
crafting.
in a
Great two
couple
weeks.
weeks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.